Thank you, Brownin. Dear Prime Minister Murekezi, distinguished panelists, ladies and gentlemen. The World Economic Forum on Africa has almost come to an end. So it's now my great honor and pleasure to thank first and foremost our great host, the Republic of Rwanda. Dear Prime Minister, Minister Clever Gagatite, our counterpart, Francis Gatare, the chairman of the Rwanda Development Board, and all the helping hands in the Rwandan administration government. Thank you so much for being such a great host. I would like also thank, of course, our co-chairs, Dominic Barton, Grassa Machel, Dr. Adesina, Tony Elemulu, and Sultan Al-Essa. Thank you very much for your content, guidance, and thank you very much for being a great ambassador for the World Economic Forum on Africa. And ladies and gentlemen, allow me to thank, of course, all the World Economic Forum teams, as well as our partners, really the many helping hands, sleepless nights. And I would like to hug you all. That's not possible, so I would like to thank officially our head for Africa, Elsie Kenza. Elsie, please stand up. I can hug at least you, so it comes later. And ladies and gentlemen, a thanks to you, of course. You have now behind you hard-working days, many sessions, many discussions, a lot of commitments and agreements. But let me pick up what Brownin says at the end, and what the young generation has claimed also. It was how to come now into action. That is a critical question. And Clever mentioned the right answer. That is now the question of leadership. And once I had a mentor, and the mentor mentioned to me, look, there are 3 things you must know about leadership. You need only 3 things, maybe. First, you must be always brave enough to take decisions. Second, you must be bright enough to make the right decisions. And third, you need the capability to motivate others to come into collaborative action. So let's look into it. You have been very brave. Every issues on Africa have been raised in the last few days, be it electricity, education, infrastructure, internet for all, inclusive growth, financial inclusion, or gender parity. Bright, it's not only of each of us ourselves to come to bright decisions. No, we have been really here as a multi-stakeholder community with so many different expertises, from politicians, business leaders, civil societies, IOs, NGOs, and of course, the incredible youth of Africa. So of course, a diverse community, and it's of course capable to come to bright because of being right decisions. And now the third part, to motivate others. We have been here, 1,200 participants in the World Economic Forum on Africa. If each one of us can motivate, let's talk about 100 others with our ideas, visions, and our optimism, so then we are talking pretty fast about 120,000 people, and so forth. So I think it's pretty clear. It's not a clothing session, it's a take-off session. I would like to ask now you to go out, to take the ideas, to take the commitments, influence others, convince others, and then let's come into collaborative action. And we will have a review in the next 12 months when we come together. What have we achieved for the continent and for the people in Africa? So again, thanks to you. We have had an outstanding World Economic Forum on Africa. And before I can send you at home with the best wishes, I would like to ask now Minister Pravin Gordhan to come here to the lectern and maybe invite us to the next World Economic Forum on Africa. Mina.
President Kagame, Prime Minister, my good friend, Minister Gatete, congratulations to you from our side on a very well-organized WEF. You've set a new standard, and we'll have to sweat a bit in South Africa. So on behalf of President Zuma, Deputy President Ramaphosa, the government and people of South Africa, the next WEF will be sometime around this time next year in South Africa, but we're going to keep secret the city that you're going to actually visit. It won't be Cape Town, but it'll be another exciting place in South Africa that will be equally interesting and demonstrate to you the diversity that our country has to offer. So formally, welcome to South Africa. I hope you double your numbers when you actually come there. And lastly, when we do meet next time, Elsie and Mr. Rossler and others will make sure that most of the program is about what have you implemented since the WEF in Rwanda. So we can start measuring ourselves and demonstrating that our ambitions and our narrative about Africa rising is not a dream, but it's actually taking root in the soils of Africa. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Minister. And now let's take off. Thank you very much. Safe trip home.